What a danyo, what a dang, and God danyo, oh, what a dang. This is the voice of the Patriot, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Now here we are not neutral, because we have taken sides, the side of the truth. That is why we are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. This is the voice of the Patriot. And here we speak truth to power. My name is Blakk Rasta, and I want to say thank you so much for joining us. Now this is our daily editorial, and today we have a number of issues to look at as usual. Come along. Now the very first story I want to look at is taken from my Joy Online, a very credible source of news online. And I read, Ghana Police Service honors 20 officers who died in line of duty in 2025. And I read, the Ghana Police Service has honored 20 officers who lost their lives in separate incidents while on duty this year, 2025. A solemn call and a roll call filled the air as the names of the fallen officers were read out during the 2025 Police Memorial Ceremony held at the National Police Training School at Tesano in Accra on Wednesday, December 10, and that's today. Now the event formed part of efforts to pay tribute to personnel who died while serving and protecting the nation. According to the service, 6 of the officers had their names engraved on the Police Wall of Honor, a monument reserved for personnel who are killed in active service. Now the remaining 14 officers were recorded in the Memorial Book of Honor, which also recognizes officers who pass away while performing official duties. Police Memorial Day is observed annually to acknowledge the sacrifices of officers who pay the ultimate price in the course of their duty. The Police Memorial Day first celebrated in 2014, where 7 police officers who lost their lives whilst undertaking lawful duties within Ghana on peacekeeping missions or on international assignments are recognized for their services to the country. The flag raising and wreath laying ceremony was attended by John Dramani Mahama, President of Ghana, His Excellency Inspector General of Police Christian Tete Yohonu, and Interior Minister Muntaka Muhammad Mubarak, as well as the representatives of the bereaved families. This brings tears into my eyes. 20 police officers died in 2025 whilst fighting for us as a people. My brother, my sister, that means that it's more than an average of 1 person dying every month. My brother, my sister, the year has not ended yet. 20 police officers gone. And when you look at the photograph as posted on my Joy Online, captioning the story, there's a police officer who has his gun, his rifle, turned upside down, facing the ground, and he himself has bowed. His head is down. And you can see that the sun is having a very, very big toll on him as he is sweating, yet he cannot wipe his sweat because he's standing sentry. In fact, it brings tears into my eyes. 20 police officers died. Now, there are two things I would like to say. And number one is this. Those officers who went out fighting in order to see Ghana become a better place, how are their colleagues taking this? If you were with somebody, he goes out there to fight to have Ghana stay peaceful, he doesn't return. You as a policeman, how do you feel? You will betray these people when you go out and stand on the street and do untoward things. When you look down on the tenants of good policing, when you take bribe on the street, you are betraying your 20 colleagues who went down because of this service. When you go out there and do things that are anti-police, you are not honoring the souls of these police officers, gallant police officers who went down. In my country, when people die, it's the police they call to go and pick up these dead bodies. When we have emergency situations, police will be called. When armed robbers come into our homes, it's police they call. When we have problems with family and friends, it's police we call. So if the police is not a friend, what should the police be called? My brother, my sister, can I repeat this question? In almost every facet of our lives, we must call the police in order to get things working again. When thieves visit us unwelcomed and uninvited, it's the police we call. When we have an emergency, flooding, fire, police will be called to come on the scene. And of course, fire service. My brother, my sister, when we have accidents on the road, it's police we call. When we have road traffic, choke traffic, especially in these times of the festivities, the Yuletide, it's police we call. So if the police is not a friend, what should the police be called? But is the police really a friend? In our country, anytime we see the police, we see an image of bribery and corruption. That is anti-police. When we see the police, we see a time waster. When I have a case, I am reluctant to go to the Ghana police because they would pussyfoot. They would delay. That is what almost every Ghanaian will tell you. When we see the police, we don't see the image of a friend. We see the image of a time waster. We see the image of a bribe taker. We see the image of an enemy. When the police even come on the road to stop us and check our licenses and all that, we see them as wasting our time. We see them as enemies. A lot of us say, oh, what are these people doing? Look at the traffic they are causing. They should get out and let us go. Yet the next accident is the police we call. My brother, my sister, when armed robbers attack us on the road, because we didn't want the police to be there anyway to waste our time, it's the same police we call. In fact, your Honor should not be too interested attending ceremonies. Your Honor should be more interested in rebranding the Ghana police, and I will say this again and again. What is the honor in going for a bouquet of flowers when you have not taken time to do the work underground? My brother, my sister, the Ghana police needs rebranding. The attitude of the Ghana police must change. Look, 20 of them have gone down the drain. And when I look at the image of that policeman standing there, I don't want to keep looking at it. Tears come down my eyes. Producer, look for that photograph and put it out. You can find it on my Joy Online. And the story is titled, Ghana Police Service honors 20 officers who died in line of duty in 2025. And put up that image. This is the image that we see when we go to the Independence Square. The unknown policeman who stood sentry, SENTRY, and went down the drain, fighting for the nation. This is the image. My brother, look at this man standing there. Look at his head. He is sweating. Very handsome policeman, very fit. Look at the gun he's holding. He has turned it upside down to tell you that it is time to lower the flag. I wonder what is going through the mind of this guy. Maybe he even had friends or family relations with some of these people there. Today, he looks like a young policeman. He is thinking about his own future. Can we continue taking bribe on the street and behaving anti-police and on-police when we are going down the drain one after the other, 20 of us? Today, if you're a policeman, my grandfather was a policeman, a very honest policeman. And when I was growing up, one of the things I wanted to do was to be a policeman. Thank God I didn't become one. I would have sacked a lot of police people. Thank God I didn't become one. In fact, the name of the Ghana police would have been different. What lie? I love police. Why is it that all the IGPs we have had in recent time don't think about the rebranding of the Ghana police? Are you okay with the name Ghana police has with the citizens of Ghana? Go out there and pick up the first 10 people you see. Ask them, what do you think about Ghana police? Honestly, do you consider Ghana police a friend or an enemy? The response will shock you. Ask again, how many people would have an issue and voluntarily go to the Ghana police? No, they will go to Nogopo instead. They will go to Baba Tongo instead. They will go for Ekpelepeji. They will go to a Malam. That is why instant justice, the so-called, has become rife. Today as we sit here, I shed tears deep inside me for the 20 gallant men who went down the drain. IGP goes to sit down there. Maybe he's shedding tears. I'm sure if one or two members of these people were members of the family of the IGP, he would take the rebranding of the police more seriously. I'm telling you honestly. Why? The other guy, Dan Parry, also came. He didn't really take rebranding of the police serious. You have a police TV. What are you doing with that TV to rebrand the image of the Ghana police? Are you dealing with their end of service benefits? Politicians are taking ex gratia. How about the police? Don't they deserve it? Hey, if you put a politician here and put a policeman here, I will go for the policeman 1 million times before I even think about the politician. In every facet of our lives, the police is involved, not a politician. When the building collapses here, it's the police we look for. When there's a fire here, a side fire service police is invited, at least to carry dead bodies and prevent people from stealing. So why can't we rebrand the police and make the police truly stand as our friend? A lot of the people who would want to kill a policeman is because of apathy. They believe that these are useless people. Oh, police, they've reported me to police. Oh, just call him and give him some 200 Ghana cedis. The case is dead. No, we don't want that image. Today, if you are a policeman or a policewoman, and I want this to go viral, if you go out on the street and do anything that is unpolice, anti-police by taking bribe, allowing cars that do not have lights to drive on, allowing people who have no documents to drive on. You have betrayed the 20 men, your own friends, who went down the drain. You will be shocked that out of all these 20 people, their names have not been mentioned here. There wouldn't even be one woman. All of them would be men. You know why? Yes, men and women police are trained the same way. But when we go on the field, the men would always be men. Whether they are police or soldier, they will take the lead. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. They both have the same training. Yet once we hit the street and there are armed robbers who are firing, we normally tell the women to go back. Natural protection for our women. I said, if I am lying, tell me I'm lying. I have seen it a number of times. Female police or soldiers will never be sent on a certain kind of activity without men being part of it. But men can always be sent alone. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. My family is a family of police. The other day, there was a guy, an armed robber who had stolen, and it came out that he was hiding in a Ashaiman. When they were sending police to go and pick them up, the ladies said they were waiting for the men to come and join them. If they had sent men alone, the men would go. And I asked, why can't the women go alone? Of course they can. But naturally, when it comes to physique, it comes to force, men are favored. That's why more men die than women everywhere in the world. Because men are involved in more dangerous activities than women. And this is not a gender discriminating teaching. No. And the women love us for that. Today, if there's a fire in this building, how many women will run into the fire to save things? They would all be at the back screaming, hey, Jay, Munko, hey, Ashio. And men are running in there. Some might not even come out. Because there are other things that women also do, and men stand by and watch or support in a way from the back. That is no weakness. It is just the way we are. Today, as a policeman, when you go out on the street and do things that you are told from police school never to do, as a policeman or a policewoman, you are undermining and looking down on the deaths of these 20 gallant men. Need I say more? We have to be serious with our policing. We have to rebrand the police, give them better salaries, pay them well. Why are you only thinking about politicians who have never gone on strike because of salary? Police cannot go on strike. Police cannot be involved in any demonstration. Police cannot do coup d'etats. They are prevented and prohibited from doing all these things. If you don't want them to demonstrate, if you don't want them to pick up the gun, then what do? Please pay them well, respect them. Give them benefits, better end of service benefits. Give them a package to make them travel around with their families. And also have a peace of mind to be able to police us. A few years back, all the suicides in Ghana, about 70% of them came from police. What is the IGP doing? I spoke about this when Dan Parry was here. He turned a deaf ear to the whole thing. When it was his time to go, he was trying to lobby to stay. To do what? To do what? It looks like they are just so excited being called IGP. What is the legacy you are leaving on the police service? What? Have you increased their salaries? Are they better off? Are they behaving better? Have they been rebranded? Can they now be called comfortably the friend of the people? If no, you don't deserve to be called an IGP. You are a failure. I leave it here. Next thing I want to look at is taken from Ghana Web, and it says Adwoa Safo rallies Dr delegates in support of Dr. Bawumia. And I read, former member of parliament for Dr. Sarah Adwoa Safo is expected to address the entire constituency on Sunday, December 14, 2025, in a crucial meeting that brings together all delegates eligible to vote in the new Patriotic Party's NPP upcoming internal presidential primaries for the 2028 general election. And a three-term MP who remains one of the constituency's most influential political figures is poised to use the gathering to energize the grassroots support and consolidate votes for her preferred candidate, Dr. Bawumia. So the report here says Adwoa Safo is one of the most influential political figures in Dr. Is it true? What is that influence? Influence over who? Over what? Adwoa Safo. Wait. Oh my God. And this one is going to be looking for votes for Bawumia. They have failed in advance. They are losers in advance. Oh, what losers. Yes, sister, or quatriquasobema untuma. Tieniding. The Hausa people have a saying. They say if a friend says he will give you a hat, look at his head. Is he wearing one himself? My brother, my sister, Adwoa Safo is the one who is going to rally Domi Kwabenya. Is she going to give them yogurt as well? In the last elections, she insulted the people of Domi Kwabenya. She came with yogurt after insulting them for several years, that her family was better than them. My family first. Why? I don't know who created politicians. I'm sure it's Satan. God could never have created such politicians. When they are looking for power, they are like zombies. Everything you say, Joro Jarajo, go and sit Joro Jarajo, go and run Joro Jarajo, go and chop Joro Jarajo, go and run Joro Jarajoro. Anything you tell them, they do. The moment they grab power, they become the devil's incarnate, if not the devil himself. It's like a curse, my brother. Adwoa Safo traveled all the way to America, abandoning her ministry, the ministry of gender, children, and social welfare, whatever they call it, and abandoned her own constituency, Dome Kwabenya. Dome Kwabenya people were crying. Hey, na MP no hey, Minister Nene, where is our MP? Where is our MP? The president himself was looking for Adwoa Safo. The ministry had become so quiet like the cemetery. When she finally spoke, her accent had changed. She had been Americanized. She was now eating pizza and eating lasagna and drinking Chandon and Moet. My God, my brother, it's sad. That was Adwoa Safo. The president was so embarrassed. He quickly had to pick up a phone and call Adwoa Safo and say, na Adwoa, enu kwa se ben na wodi bre me sei. Si there be o. Nana, enu kwa se na you say my family first too. Say, hey, Hassan ben na okay. And you wanna swear oath recently, Ghana, who say you would serve Ghana with all your heart, no. And you wanna say Ghana first, no. Then that the other thing I done my family first. Adwoa, Debbie, men, so Obama time for me. So, Nana, Asama can no. Ha! The president quickly had to sack her. She was fired. We saw her celebrating a child's birthday in America. Such a disgrace. If you realize that you need time for your family, move out and let somebody else take your place. Konangu kaya. Una unswa. Unsuna umma ubi answa. Aden. Today, the same Adwoa Safo, after she lost abysmally the bid to take over the same constituency as an MP, she's going back there to talk to who? Cockroaches and lizards. Bawumia is not serious. This is your campaigner. Wait. Oh my God. Anyway, what language is he going to speak to the people? American slangs? That's what she's going to tell the people. I am sure that when Adwoa Safo herself starts to speak an American slang, her husband does not comprehend anything. I am telling you, if Bawumia truly wants to be called serious, and yet not this one. Very childish, very immature. This is the one who is considered as most influential, one of the most influential political figures. What a way! Oh, when I go through the vetting and I become the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, I will rebrand the Gambaga, which camp? Hey! Human rights. People are kept in a certain house and they are called witches. Their freedoms are curtailed and they are in there. She said, when she becomes the minister, she will rebrand the place. God being so good, she became the minister. How did she rebrand the place? Did she go there with air conditioners? Did she rebrand it from a witch camp to a mothers' union?
Yeah.